does.
All right, so this is Loose Connection. Tell me about Loose Connection, guys.
Well, my name is Alexander Mark Underwood, and I am lead vocals and rhythm guitar. Over to my left, we got Matt Jaggers. I'm lead guitar and theremin, if we're lucky. And back there, we got Logan Wilkins on the drums and some other beautiful things. And there's Zach Pepe there to my bottom right there, and plays the mean keys and some fat bass as well.
So, how'd you guys come up with Loose Connection?
I think it was.
I mean, what does it signify? I mean, what is loose
what
connection?
does it signify?
I mean, it could be, a loose connection,
Yeah.
in any old think tank or something
It
like that.
definitely has several meanings. For
I've been wondering this too, by the way.
Okay, so I think at its core, to me, what the essence is the connection between the circle of musicians. It could be different people at different times. The people who are in the audience are part of the connection. The people who help put on the shows are part of the connection. The staff, everybody is part of that loose affiliation at that time. And when you're listening to the music, then you're connected. You're plugged in. That's why we named the first album Plugged In. We're thinking of naming the second album Preheated because we laid it down the first time
And anybody want to expand on that any further?
Yeah, I mean, I think that,
how great do you feel? Come on.
the connection that you get with the crowd and, just with, anybody just in general, I think, loose connection is what we all have as human beings.
Right.
So, everybody's connected in some way, whether it's, something you everybody likes or, anything, bigger than that. So, when we're playing music, we're trying to make sure that people feel good and feel, happy and, everyone's trying to be connected on a certain night, and we're trying to, make that connection with them, whether loose or whatever.
Yeah.
So this is great because I'm new in the band, so I
fresh
didn't
meat.
really know. I didn't really know the origin of the name or anything like that. But when you describe it, I'm like, of course, because these guys have so much positivity.
Yeah.
And it's all about. We talk a lot about that connection with the audience and stuff. So I was like, I should have gotten it before you had to explain it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So, how long have you guys been playing?
So, I would say in total, going on 3 years now?
Yes.
Yeah, going on 3 years, yeah. So we've,
Man, really? Just 3?
I'd
Seems
say...
like it's been longer than that.
It does seem like...
Yeah,
sure?
yeah, I want to say, as a collective, probably, 3. It's coming on.
Mm-hmm.
We've spent a couple of summers up in my hometown, as, a little mini tours. It's kind of, something I can, grab as, something anecdotal for how long we've been together. But it's been well over 3 years, I think. I had heard about Pepe when I was originally getting together with Ryan, our former drummer, as a member of their former band, and then we came together, and then we found Matt, and just recently have had Logan enter our amazing family, and it's just awesome to see the progression over the years, how far we've come.
Yeah, I mean, everybody loves to come to see you guys. So, what's the easiest way for everybody to find you?
Well, I think all forms of social media, give or take, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all the
Look,
music platforms.
Talk to the camera. Tell them the address.
Absolutely. So Loose Connection NC is a great way to find us on the social media, and then Loose Connection Plugged In is our first album, so you can find that on all the music platforms, and then our next album, Preheated, will be released here after the holidays. So you can look forward to, hearing that very, very soon. Yeah, so that's the best way to get at us is social media and then all the music streaming platforms.
So, Facebook.
Mm-hmm. Facebook, Instagram.
Loose Connection NC.
Loose Connection NC.
Right. Because I know that there's several Loose Connections out there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean...
Yes, we're the best
I
one.
mean, we are talking about Facebook right here. There's lots of Loose Connections on Facebook. So,
Absolutely.
but when you type in Loose Connection, they need to type in Loose Connection in
And
C.
see, that should pop up. Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
Yeah, because I think there's like 5 or 6 Loose Connections that show up. You know, there's all kinds of stuff.
We're in like competition, like weekly battles with them. Yeah.
Okay.
Usually.
Yeah. So specify Loose Connection in C. Cool.
Yeah. Make sure you like us. It's a hard world out there. So thank you.
Yeah. And how much you guys play?
It's we've been very blessed. We play, you know, pretty much a couple of times a weekend, if not,
Cool.
you know, some more. So the great thing about Loose Connection, like that's something that we established pretty early on, is like we want to be more than just a full band. It's a whole experience that you can kind of you know, get for whatever you're looking for. If you're looking for something that's just one person, we can do that. You want 2, 3, 4. So, you know, Loose Connection as like a whole thing has been, you know,
Several configurations.
really, really, really versatile. So we like to be able to, you know, give the audience or whatever the venue is what they're looking for. So pretty often, usually multiple times a weekend, just depending on the venue and what they're looking for.
So where are some of the places you guys play?
Really, I mean, Greensboro, Raleigh, Burlington,
Lexington.
yeah, Lexington, yeah. So Children's
Any
Vineyards.
favorite venues that you guys like to play?
Yeah, there's definitely a lot. I would say like my favorite, and I'm sure is the favorite of a lot of fellas.
I know you got to be
It's-
kind of
it's-
careful.
it's
because
so
we're
hard,
talking
yeah,
about
it's- yeah.
hometown clubs and bars and
And there's all that to be said for sure. Like, you know,
Anything within Alamance County is probably a favorite of ours for sure.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's a given.
Yeah, you got to give, you know, credit where credit's due, and you know, places, you know, in Burlington, you know, like Burlington Public House has been like a place that I like first started out at, you know, Maple Street Tavern, things like that, and then getting out to Raleigh and Gizmo Brew Works, and Raleigh is a place that, like, you know, I've gone to as a solo artist and also like with my band.
Yeah.
So like I got to give credit out there. Children's Vineyards out in Lexington is such a great venue. So pretty too. I think the
It's
energy
really
there
nice.
is just
Great.
every time you're there is like a beautiful, beautiful day. So we're really grateful for all the places we've been able to be at. Little Brother in Greensboro, South End Brewing, a lot of great places, kind of all over the place, really. And so
Well, I
we
mean,
could
you know,
name them all, and
You guys
we're
are,
grateful
you know,
for
are
it.
getting pretty popular, so you know, I'm, you know, hoping that, you know, this will get some folks to come out and see some of your shows.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
You know,
so, yeah, and,
You know, might as well plug some of the hometown places where, you know, where people can catch it. You know.
yeah, absolutely.
So where does the music come from? I mean, stylistically, how would you describe it?
Matt, what would you say?
I think it's a mixture. I mean, Alex can bring like the kind of like he speaks Spanish,
Yeah.
so that opens up a whole new realm for us. So we have some Spanish songs that we play. I'm kind of more in the jazz and the funk and the jam band type world.
Okay.
Logan, where are you coming from?
I'm coming from all over, but I'm just
Yeah.
you know, enjoying the originals, trying to figure out.
It's a nice
Well, we
melting
want
pot
that.
that we bring a lot of different
Yeah.
styles together.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
I
All right,
was
come
coming-
on.
I was coming.
Yeah.
With,
Give it up. Give it up.
I come with the prog rock and the electronic music kind of end of stuff. I love to put that. We always got a different sauce into the mix
You know,
and stir
and I
it
think
around.
that's one
Again,
of the,
that's another part of the list.
you know,
exactly.
you know, that's the thing that I really like about what you guys have as far as the sound, because it's, yeah, I mean, there's jazz, there's funk, there's soul, there's R&B, there's Latin, there's jam band, there's
Right.
soul, there's country, you know, there's some, you know, there's all kinds of elements, and they just come together, you know, and yeah, I think that's kind of the most unique thing about your guys' sound is that, you know, it does change, and it changes really well and really nicely within different genres and different feels and different emotions and things like that. It's a lot of fun.
Thank you. Yeah,
That's
I think
nice.
that a lot of the songs, you know, like on our first album and our upcoming album, they're different, you know, song to song. So it's really hard to kind of categorize your genre when, like, sometimes each and every song is like so different from one another.
Yeah.
And I love that. I
Yeah.
think that's great. You know, a lot of the songs that I wrote, that I brought to the band were written on an acoustic guitar, or the hook was written in the shower. But like a lot of songs like Diamonds and Jet Planes was written knowing that like I wanted a band to be playing that groove and I want to be playing that hook. So like to get that to happen for multiple songs has been really cool, and I always felt that there was like a band presence there. So
Yeah.
then to have them bring their expertise in their own fields has been so awesome, so cool.
Seems that I know somebody that doesn't have a copy of the first album when it came out. But I won't mention any names.
A well-deserved person for sure.
So where might a person be able to get a copy?
Everybody looks at Pepe.
Oh,
I don't know
man.
why.
Yeah, the first album.
We never did physical media of the first album.
Oh, the first album.
Ah,
Yeah, there
That's
was
why.
no tangible, all digital.
Right.
But this upcoming album, we are releasing some
Oh,
tangible,
you're going to
like CDs. Uh-huh.
Cool.
So yeah, so we'll make sure that you are on the tip top of that list to get, Frisbee.
that's why somebody didn't get the first album.
Nobody.
Nobody got it.
No, but no, I mean, that's kind
Yeah,
of the thing.
yeah,
You know,
it is.
You guys, that was kind of cool that you guys did that. I mean, take that first release and because most everybody is like, we got to get a CD out, because you got to send it to radio and you got to send it to anybody and everybody, to get them to listen to it. But I mean, yeah, not having one, because if anybody wants it, they got to go into the digital. Don't be looking for a copy.
Yeah,
So
and I think
don't be looking for a counterfeit copy either.
yeah, I think CDs is the move this time, and we're looking forward to our next. We're already in the process of writing some new originals and playing them out. It's crazy to kind of have the second album not released yet, but then also having new material cycled in. But with that third album, looking forward to getting some vinyls down and just very excited for the future.
Very cool. Very
Yeah.
cool. Any memorable gigs? Keep it clean. Keep it nice. Remember, people will hear this.
Yeah. Oh man.
We've had several notable gigs this year and several unique situations. Lots of interviews and playing performance combos like this. We got to perform for the ESL class. And
Oh man, that was super cool.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. So
me
my
that.
They
yeah
had
so
deep questions on us.
yeah
No
my
offense,
wife
guys, but
is
they
a
had well thought out questions.
yeah, so she
Weeks in
teaches
advance.
at a community college, an ESL class, and she brought us in to be interviewed by like her class, but then it kind of grew into the other classes as well. So it was really a wonderful, intimate gig
Yeah.
that Pepe, Matt, and I played, and we really had some genuine questions from them that
Like, have you
stuck
lost
with
your
me.
mind?
I mean, yeah, like almost like near to that. Like very deep questions about our process and how we feel about playing music. And it was super genuine, and it was a really, like, I was very grateful in that moment to be, in that kind of venue, to be, talked to, to be interviewed by such an interactive audience. It was really, really
To
cool.
have
So-
a fresh perspective on something that's so personal.
Yeah.
So what
Yeah.
what were some of the big questions?
Like what like our inspiration to play music was,
Mm.
and our favorite songs and why they were our favorite songs, and what it was. I mean, there were some really rich
What it's like
questions.
to play a song that you wrote about your wife in front of your wife?
Yeah,
That's a
that was
great
one of the
question,
best ones.
yeah.
Was what was it like to write a song about my wife and then to perform it in front of my wife, which was awesome. I mean, it was
Well, sure it is. Yeah.
so
Yeah,
like
that's-
it was great to be treated with like genuine like respect, and it was something that we definitely walked away from and we're super grateful about. So that would definitely be one that I think
Cool.
was one of our favorites.
Something else.
Like I said, you guys appeal to a lot of different people because you can reach through a crowd and get this individual and this couple over here and oh, here's the party animals, and right now we're all locked in. You know.
We had a woman leave her walker one time. You remember that? She was like,
Really?
She put it to the side and she went after it. It was
Very cool,
it
man.
was magical.
I can walk.
Yep, we put it in there. You know, sometimes I think we're so critical of ourselves. Where we're like, oh,
Yeah.
ruin it for everybody.
Yeah.
But
then,
you know,
then
it's,
they get up and tip you. And
yeah, and then they're like, it was
insane
great,
amount
and
of
you're like,
money.
whew,
And
you know,
thank
shower you
goodness,
with
I had no
compliments.
idea. Like I was
They
worried.
had straight poker face the entire time, and then at the end, it's just smiles and money. And
You know,
you never can
well, the
tell.
thing is I think we forget that normals don't listen
Mhm.
to music like us.
Yeah.
You know, we need to learn that as well.
Yeah,
You know, so people may actually be sitting off to the side, you know, having a conversation, but the music is not so invasive into their thought process that, you know, it's connecting.
yeah.
You know,
we
I'm
see people playing pool all the time, and we think that they're just totally blowing us off. We don't care because we got everything going
You know,
on in front of
and
us.
that's the thing. You know, if you've played pool,
But then at the end, they're like, "Oh man, you guys, we were
That's
really
great,
digging it."
yeah.
well, that's the
Lock
thing.
in right there.
People, put on headphones and they go walking and driving and all kinds of things. Swimmers a lot of time are psyching themselves out. They're not really listening to the music as music. They're listening to it for its influence on them and their how they're doing, and
Yeah.
it helps them to focus. So when I see pool players, because I played those gigs too. When the pool players are digging it, you can see that somebody is on target. It takes a little bit to kind of focus on that. Otherwise you forget what you're playing. But not that that's ever happened to anybody before. But when you can focus, your attention for a few minutes, and you watch the guys, if you'll see a head nod, you'll see a head bob, you'll see a little butt shake, or
Yeah.
you'll see the stroke is right in time with the music, that kind of thing. Those things, you're connecting with them, and that's a cool thing.
Mhm.
There's ain't nothing wrong with that, So, I think we as musicians, we'll go, uh-oh, I'm not connected with them. Uh-oh, wrong, error. Nah, and I don't think you guys experience that much. I mean, you can't, your stuff is all over the place. I mean,
Yeah.
it's fun. It's, it is uplifting. It's all good, positive energy. So, I think that's part of the reason why it connects with so many people.
Yeah. I do like having diverse crowds that probably wouldn't normally hang out with each other necessarily, and then they're all kind of clued into the music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say that's really the intention, with the songs and the name itself. Everybody's got a loose connection with someone, whether it's, a lawyer with a janitor or whatever. It's like everybody has something that they can connect on, and like if it's our music, man, we're super grateful that we could bring people together in that way.
Yeah.
But it's beyond that. Maybe the music's what gets you next to each other, and then you find something else out that like you really like about each other.
And that connection gets a little tighter, a little closer, a little better.
Yeah, so if we're doing that or helping in that regard, we're doing it as we were intending to.
What's the spring look like for you guys?
So I would say, we got a lot of things in the works here. We're hitting a really
I
good...
know
yeah.
you got a gig in July already booked, so that's
Absolutely. So yeah, obviously looking forward to the Western New York tour.
right.
It's going to be really, really wonderful for us in so many different ways. We have our album coming out here in the coming weeks, and some great content coming onto our social media pages, and then just kind of back to business when it comes to the busy season. Usually starting in the mid to end of February on through the rest of the year.
Yeah, Valentine's Day is like the start.
Yeah, we have a lot of venues that we have great contracts with that we're grateful for, and looking forward to getting into new venues in 2025, and just being grateful the whole process, and staying true to what we're about, really.
What else? What? Any other last question? that we should ask?
Favorite song off
did I
the
have
upcoming
an ask?
album. Favorite song off the upcoming album.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, what is it?
That's easy. Freaks and Weirdos.
Freaks and Weirdos?
Freaks and Weirdos.
I'm gonna go with Swoon. Swoon or Burn It All.
Actually, I'm gonna have to say I
Oh.
really like.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
no.
I don't-
Backtracking.
Here's the truth. Here's the truth. I don't know what's
It's
on.
not good.
I don't know what's on the upcoming album because I didn't play it. All right. So when you said Freaks and Weirdos, I was like
Yeah.
playing along with Freaks and Weirdos. But this Miss June I Swoon.
Yeah.
What a great line! I just love that one. Miss June I Swoon.
Yeah, those are two fantastic ones.
Yeah. it's
I
really-
I would say Freaks and Weirdos because of the message that it
Yeah.
gives. Maybe selfishly Diamonds and Jet Planes because I've been trying to get that song on record for a long time,
It's a great
and
Several-
I'm happy to
several
have that
sections
one
in
there.
this very
But man, Freaks and Weirdos, I think is gonna be, if you're listening to that song, it's about everybody, and it's really about owning who you are and not being afraid of who you are, and accepting everybody else for who they are. So I mean, it's a message that we should be spreading, and we look forward to you guys being able to listen to it.
Cool.
All right.
Anything else?
No,
Get the fuck out of here.
thank
Thanks,
you,
yeah.
thank you.